Raise. Good evening, viewers, and good evening, Niger Watch family. I welcome you to this brief broadcast. And as we can see, I just quickly want us to talk about and discuss something about this global security, global health security, vis-a-vis this new variant, Omicron, COVID-19 Omicron. Regarding the ban by UK government and Canada, I think it's pathetic. I just want us to look at if that is going to be the solution to Omicron not spreading, banning some countries. Is it going to be the right thing to do? Is it the right thing to do, banning some countries from not coming in? Or if you must come in, you have to pay more. You bleed from your nose. You pay more money. Is it the right thing? COVID-19 has come, and I think it's going to live with us as we stay alive. COVID-19 has come to stay. Is there already. We cannot deny that fact, according to science. So I want us to briefly talk about this topic today. You can later call in if you have the opportunity to do so. And for those that would want to join us, you can as well join us. Before now, I was seeing my leftist. I think I have lost him. Yes, I was seeing my leftist. Okay, yes, it's still there. I can see you. I can see you. Let me bring you in. As usual, that is left Damo, sir. I greet you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, brother. How is everything? How is everything?
And you? We thank God. And you?
We are doing great. We thank God for His mercy.
I was using my big speaker. It was too noisy.
Loud.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and
it's
clear.
Good. You can hear me now. Yes. You've seen the topic of today, and let me go to the comment section. Let me quickly acknowledge Israel Asemota, Osagbovo, Okunboga, and the Iron World. She's always there. She's always there. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I can see you from the comment section. Please like and share. It is an information that will help many of us, a lot of us, especially those traveling. We'll not say poor people like us, not they travel. So, but some days we will still want just travel, and this thing will affect us. So, my brother Amaosa, from the topic,
Yes,
how did you see what is happening now? The UK has banned certain countries like Nigeria, South Africa, Botswana, and so few countries. Canada also has banned close to 11 countries. Nigeria involved, South Africa involved, Mozambique also. Some African countries mostly are involved. And now they are saying if you must call me like the UK, if you must travel into UK from Nigeria, no more visa from Nigeria, no more visa for now. And for their citizens, for their citizens that are outside Nigeria for now, if you must come in, you have to go for 10 days quarantine. They take you to a hotel, and that hotel, your quarantine, you pay yourself. You bleed from your nose. £1,700. That money is from your own pocket. And there, from the information I gathered, they are giving processed food. It's not the food you would like to eat. Meaning, is it right? And do you think this new measure that some certain countries are taking is the best for us and for other countries? Do you think COVID-19 has been there? It has come. There's no way you can you actually, would that be a solution to salvage Omicron variant, the new Omicron variant from South Africa? So what about that, sir?
Well, when you have people who are refused to be responsible, that's the kind of thing you see. Africans have always been a puppet to the West, and they have taken that advantage. Our leaders, our misleaders have shown that without the West, we are not going to be able to survive. Unknowing to them that the wealth of the world, the West feed on Africa, is the mother nature of the world, is the richest continent in the world. And all the irregularity that you are seeing today is as a result of the West does not want stability in the black continent. The more we find ourselves in such situation, the more they'll be building their own economy. Facts has shown that, research has also shown that. Have you also asked yourself, why do they have so much interest in Africa? Do they love us as people? It's because the resources, all the natural resources you see in the world are all from here. And they've been able to elect hyenas for us, those who are the appointment in this continent, who dictates the fate of our future, what to think, what to eat, what to do, and it's like, well, for me, it's a very sad situation that we are in this kind of problem, because normally we all know how COVID started. COVID didn't start from Africa. I think it was detected in China, somewhere in China. Today there's another wave, whether it's third wave, Omicron, Omicron from South Africa. Have they also investigated how Omicron came to South Africa, whether the virus originated from Africa? They are not interested. As far it has to do with black, they keep on treating us like nobody. And it's a very sad situation. Yeah, we also expect black leaders, like leaders from those affected African countries, to also place ban on those same countries too. I think I should expect that from them, because this overload issue has become a problem to us as people. We are also superior beings. It's because our people sold us to them. And this issue has been there for a very long time, because our orientation has been changed. It's not left for every one of us to change our orientation, our thinking, and the way we do. Africa should learn how to solve their own problem. We are living in a tropical region. There's nothing by virtue of our region, by God's giving gift, that Africa cannot provide solution for. For me, I do not believe in the so-called, what do they call it? Because we have other more serious ailments like cancer, diabetes, stroke, BP, and so on and so forth, that has been a threat to you, to humanity for quite some time. I think I'm not seeing the man who is to anchor this program. He's no longer on the screen. I
I'm
think he
seeing
has
you.
to
Don't
come
worry.
back so that. Okay. So those are some of the problem. Is a
It seems I've lost you there. I can see Wilfred. Wilfred Agosa.
Yes, thank you
Yes,
for
thank you
having me.
for
art.
It's
yes,
Toya.
thank you. I can see you now.
I was just
Welcome. It
thank
seems
you.
I lost my comrade. You from the topic? I don't know if you have anything to say.
Okay, I don't know what how you want me to come in here.
I just wanted to come in. You can see what has been happening, like
Yeah.
UK banning Nigeria from coming in. They are not issuing visas to Nigeria anymore. There are citizens that are in Nigeria. They must come in. They have to go to. They have to isolate themselves, and they pay a lot of money. Nigerians, they pay a
Okay.
lot of money, like £1,700
Yeah.
for 10 days. They are going to be isolated in the hotel. And
Yeah.
the Canada is doing the same thing.
Right.
They abandoned South Africa as if South Africa initiated the
The
COVID-19. We all know that
Omicron.
COVID-19 came from China. If
Yeah.
South Africa now discovered a new variant, of course, we
Mm.
all know that COVID mutates.
Yeah.
It will continue to mutate. That's why
Yeah.
I'm looking at this their system of vaccine, because
Right.
this is an illness that virologists have come to tell us that it will continue to mutate, meaning
Mutate.
it will continue to change form.
Right.
New variants are going to be formed due
Every time.
to the character. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is the nature. So if new variant is being found in South Africa, is South Africa supposed to pay for it, like being bound, red listed? And now Nigeria is being added because they said one or two persons came from Nigeria. They saw that Nigeria has it and some other countries, and they're supposed to suffer this penalty for is it their is it the Nigerians or the South Africa that created the variant? Are they supposed to be responsible for this? So how do you see that?
Thank you, Mr. Lefty Situya, for having me. I was actually about taking a nap before I got notified that you guys are online talking
Yeah.
about this. Well, my take is just simple. We understand how the world political power have been trying to downside the African might when it comes to global impacts of such magnitude. So,
Yes.
these variants of a thing, like you just rightly outlined. We have the one Delta variant. That was the one America were actually dealing with before this Omicron just came out. And even I don't know if you had the United States president give a statement about this Omicron, that it is a thing of concern. It's a thing of interest. Also, it's not a thing of concern, I think. So yeah, we should have interest, but we should not be concerned. Like, we should not be worried. We should not be worried. But the way the Westerns making it seems to be a very serious thing in itself. It's wrong. That's where me myself find it not appropriate for them to have even try to pass it down to the African, when we all know this started from, I think it's a place in Belgium or so, was the country these are first new variant discovered and all that. So they're trying to always find a way to use us as a scapegoat. Like, we all know, even in terms of the vaccine, before the corona vaccine was actually spread out, they try to use Africa as a scapegoat to always do the testing. So for now, we on our own, I think we are safe from this. We should the COVID in itself, it's what I think the major focus, because like you said, the mutation will not be bypassed by the same vaccine that we've been told to be used. So if they say tomorrow other is going to mutate to another form or in another level, we should still hold on to the same I part of the vaccine. Once you already have your first, second, third jab, if they said you need a booster and you think is okay, then go ahead. But for the British to now make it feel as if, oh, we are the most carrier of this, is wrong. They should stop preaching that to the world, because the NCDC has identified only 3 cases of Omicron in the country, all linked to travel from South Africa and which other country. Well, fine, but they should not paint it in a way that will make other continents see us as a center point whereby people will now be scared to affiliate with us when we go into their country. And I think it's very improper. It is not fair for what the United Kingdom government has just done, in terms of, yeah, we can quarantine. You asking us to have such huge amount of money and all that. I think they should kind of soften that for us a little bit, because we all understand that this virus is going to keep mutating from one stage to another form, and they should not just look for a way. They should not put the blame on Africa. That's just my take. They should instead they should ask some of our own scientists. We have Africa scientists who can help us out, who can recommend solutions. There are local solutions, local remedies that they can be asking, they can be discussing with the African scientists, you know, that we can put in place, so that, in other words, when we are coming to their place, we've already followed that rules, that remedies, to say, okay, this is, I mean, that is just like telling us we are not men enough, okay? Because they themselves, the one that is going on in their own community is not, it's not actually going well with them. We all know it's not. So they should release us from all these bad atmosphere they are trying to put us in. It's not nice. It's not nice. I think the African Union, the African scientists, the African leaders, they need to stand up to their game. They need to rise to the occasion and challenge this, to say, you know what, we do not accept this. We do not accept it, because the whole concept of this virus did not start from Africa. It did not start from Africa. So trying to put us in this very tight corner now, it's going to be a disservice to the United Kingdom government. That's just what I can say for the now.
Yes, thank you very much. I can see you, Victor. Victor.
Government. That's just what I can say for the now. Yes, thank you very much. I can see you, Victor.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please cool down. I'm getting a hold back. Reduce your sound system. Either your television sound, so that the hold back will stop. Reduce your source of noise. Yes. Victor, can you hear me now? Victor. Okay, Akin, I can see you. Yes, I can see you, Akin. Akin, good evening. That's my brother Akin.
Hello, leftists. I beat you.
Yes, it's good to have you here, Akin.
Akin, good evening. That's my brother Akin. Hello, leftists. I beat you.
You said hold back. I'm getting hold back.
Akin, good evening. That's my brother Akin.
I'm getting hold back. Oh, it's even from Victor.
Mr. Leftist.
Yes. I have Mr. to. Who is talking now?
It's me, Wilfred.
Okay, Wilfred, yes.
Please, I want to quickly add, if possible, if permitted, please.
Go ahead.
And if the country's vaccination rate is also considered before restricting traveler, although this is just a contextual information alongside journey sequences ability and the COVID test transmission. So if this is being put in place, I think that should also be a way for these guys, especially our people who has already received this COVID vaccine, to have a safe a landing. So I don't think there should be need for them to go through another isolation of 10.
This is some of the problem, just like you have said. They are undermining whether you've been taking the first, second shot of the vaccine.
But that's not fair now.
They don't care if you've taken first shot or second shot of your vaccine. All they know that as far as you are from these countries, you have to go for isolation. You'll be isolated. That just it. That is a problem. That is one of the problems we are facing now. So, my brother Akin, what's your take here?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for having me. I think the problem we have is the issue of perception. That people don't know that there's still an environment that is supporting sanitation. Because of
Yeah.
the brother with their different kind of ways kind of bend the rules very differently, kind of bend and to do great personal
Leftists.
so aware of what is going on. So that that's the only the point having choice participate, travel, take for them to come and then take them to do that.
You are not audible, sir. You are not audible. Okay, hold on a while. We have a call. We have a caller. Israel Asemota. Let's just take his call and we'll start from there. Israel, talk to us. Good evening, Israel.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Lefty, for coming out today to talk about this thing. It's of a great concern to each and every one of us as citizens of Nigeria. We are very concerned. And first of all, I have to quickly say that when we start seeing this thing, let it not be something like new to us. Because Africans in general, we have failed in our responsibilities. You ask me why. Now, you see that when you are imposing such restrictions, you see that different bodies are reacting.
Yes.
United building represent us. But when you talk about other things, you see Organization of African Unity, OAU, running towards that end and say, no, don't do it like this. But when it comes to things that is concern the citizens of that continent, you don't see a Organization of African Unity. It is so nice. Even the West African sub-region, ECOWAS, where are you? We don't find them. And elsewhere, Nigerians, we don't have database. Do we actually know how many people that are infected? That's number one. We don't know. Because we don't keep these things. So what are we going to show? I was watching the news this morning when the head minister went to visit a hospital that he asked them to rehabilitate 900 something million. He gave them. Up to this time, he found out that those things that he went to see and found out that those things were not even there.
I don't mute
He said it was this.
the sound is not working. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
It means that it's only when we want to talk we will unmute our microphone. The whole back noise, I'm getting the feedback that the whole back noise It's so noisy, we're not getting it clear. But Israel, I can take Israel again. Then if we want to talk, we unmute ourselves, please. We can just mute now. Israel, okay.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now loud and clear.
Okay. I first of all want to thank you. Let me come back again for what I started for this great thing you are doing. And first of all these things we are saying, they should not be new to us. Because we have failed in lack of our responsibility. What we are supposed to do as a country and as a continent, we failed. When you are a beggar, you have no choice than to accept anything you are being given. Right?
Yes.
Now, when something like this is going on, what's going on around the world, you see the European Union representing Europe, reacting, trying to do everything to make sure to rally around all the European countries. Americans did their own. ASEAN did their own. Where is Africa? Where is the Organization of Africa Unity? Let's still leave that. Even on the ECOWAS sub-region, where is the Economic Community of West African States? To sit down, all the heads of states to sit down and say, let us tackle this thing within our region or protect our citizens, even protect the business, because business-wise, this thing has affected us. For good 2 years now, we have been on a standstill, back and forth. Where is the African Union or the ECOWAS sub-region to see every head of state to sit down and say, let us find solution? Who are the people finding the vaccine? It is still the West. Where is Africa? Our virologist today is when he came out and said, this is what he disappointed with the way this ban is. How can you be disappointed? Biologists for that matter. What have you been doing since? And another one, yes, this morning, our Minister of Health, I've forgotten his name. He went to Port Harcourt to see what he gave them money for 900 and something million to rehabilitate the Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. When he got there, he found out that there was nothing to write home about. He said he was disappointed. You can imagine how with such people now move on. So we are still where we are. Yet we still have our so-called people who are called, we call ourselves Nigerians, and we cannot still find a common, one voice to tell these people enough is enough. We are waking up now, because whether we like it or not, all of us are going to be affected in one way or the other. Business-wise, economy-wise, we are going to be affected. Even as big as Nigeria, in the ECOWAS sub-region, we are still number one there. But now we cannot even do anything. So it means that the whole ECOWAS region is nothing to write home about. If you look at the only country that will be springing up now, in the South African region, the Eastern region, you can see the Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda. You see the way they are tackling their own. In the whole of West Africa, zero. Nobody has come out with anything. But it's a big shame. It's a slap on our face that now we start praising our leader. Hey, una do it. Yes, una do it. It's not good. Let us be frank with each other and let us be real. It is time we need to start doing our own. It is time we start electing people that know what is right, how to do things. It is time to put people in position who knows how governance is and how to protect its citizens. We, the concerned citizens, are the one voicing out now. Because we know that this thing in 1 or 2 ways is going to affect us. And some of us, Nigerians, who still see other platforms, instead of them to talk about it, they'll be talking about something that does not have a meaning. You see down just talking on nonsense, and people are even happy. They are happy with them. Hey, right on. They are not even concerned with what is happening now. Because if they know how serious this thing is, I don't think they will be running around after those platforms. Because this is a very, very serious matter. They have banned us now. Where are we going to? So it's the common citizen that is supposed to be, that will bear the consequences of this thing. Imagine somebody coming from Nigeria after spending 5,000, let's say 5,000 pounds or $5,000. You expect the person to come here now and spend another 2,000 something to isolate himself for 10 days. Just imagine. Just imagine. So those big politicians, they will not suffer. You understand? So we are going to remain where we are until we start talking to our leaders, until we start putting things right, until we start putting our heads together and start creating division among ourselves. Because all these people, they will sing hallelujah, hallelujah. Is it not time for our own citizens? We, the citizens, we are problem. We should start thinking of putting the right people there. Don't let them be singing hallelujah for you. Hallelujah. This nonsense. You are still bringing back old politicians when they come and go. They are confusing you. Look at the way they messed up the whole continent just because of their own selfish interest. This is my take. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. You just made mention of our bad government is part of the issue. We are having this problem. That fact cannot be taken away. But let me hear from, there's this comment Lai Mohammed made on Omicron. Yes, let me read from Lai Mohammed. We all know Lai Mohammed. December 6th, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has condemned the relisting of Nigeria by the United Kingdom government over the 2 cases of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 reported in the country. The We had reported that the UK on Saturday announced plans to add Nigeria to the red list of travel banned countries effective Monday. December 6th over consigned for the new Omicron variant COVID-19, adding that Nigeria is second only to South Africa in terms of Omicron cases linked to travel. The UK statement by Secretary of State Health Sajid Javid said only residents and citizens of the UK and Ireland traveling from Nigeria will be allowed into the region and are required to quarantine upon their arrival. Faulting the development, Mohammed, who spoke at press briefing in Abuja on Monday, said the decision is unjust, unfair, punitive, indefensible, and discriminatory, adding that it is also not driven by science. The minister has called on the UK government to say their decision immediately. He said, as we are aware, Britain has put Nigeria on its red list and banned foreign travel from our country. This is as a result of discovery of COVID-19 cases. Omicron variants in Nigeria, Britain now joined other countries, including Canada, which have taken similar action against Nigeria over Omicron. Now, let me not finish this talk. Some of our leaders are already talking. Some of our leaders are crying out. Even the BBC. I think there's a video. Let me see if I can see this video from BBC. If we can just, yes, let me, oh no. Okay, I'll look for that video very soon. So, Hakeem, I hope you are good now, so you can talk to us.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, sir.
Like I was saying earlier, for me, as an individual,
Your audio is not clear, sir. Your audio is not clear.
how is it now?
From your end, the audio is crashing. It's not clear. It's not clear. Could it be network? Is Wilfred there? Hello, Wilfred.
I'm here.
Good. Your audio is very, very clear now. It's
Okay.
very good. Your audio is good. Let me check. Amosa, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Okay, it
Loud
means
and
that,
clear.
Arcade, it means the fault is from your end. So from our minister, foreign minister, cultural, foreign affairs minister and culture, Lai Mohammed, I've just said. What's your take on that, Wilfred?
Okay. According to just like I earlier
Can you hear me
stated
now?
that,
Can you
like
hear
I
me
earlier
now?
stated, that he said it's not scientifically proven, and somehow this is still a virus that is related to COVID. So why not uh they I mean, it's not just the UK government, it's the Westerners now, because the Canadian government, they've already taken a stand, the American government have already taken a stand, some other European countries have already taken a stand. So they've put we the Africans in a very tight corner. And I just think the African leaders, African Union, they should organize themselves the more. They should, like what our brother said, his submission, brother Israel. Our African leaders, this also narrow down to the way they have been carelessly handling the issue of health when it comes to their people. Okay. And if they themselves can be bullied the way their international contemporaries they've been bullied by these Westerners, why can't the Africa focus majorly on how to have a health system whereby we can also, we've been talking of vaccines all this while. They believe we are under vaccines. I think that's the other another area these guys are also looking towards. Okay, because we are under vaccine. So why can't the African leaders come together, look how they can strengthen this their health department, their health sector, on how they can start making their own vaccines, providing remedies on how their people can be taken care of. Because the Westerners, they need to start seeing us as serious people, as people who we can depend on what we have here. That is, by the time they start seeing that,
to Nigeria, the country's expressed anger at a decision by
they will stop then to be undermining our own political will. So the African leaders have a lot of work to do. So, like, since this vaccine all came on board, the manner of way we live changed. So that should have sent the right signal to all African countries that we have to have a new way of thinking, a new idea of doing things that can impact positively on our people. Because all what we are talking about now, this restriction, the discriminatory attitude of this Westerner, is affecting us. So it's a shame on us as a leader, as leaders of Africa, that we have not been able to manage ourselves over the years. If not, what would have resulted, other countries telling us not to come? We will stay in our home. We will still have the same lifestyle, the same, good life. We will still run our affairs, our day-to-day affairs, fine. I mean, ever since this COVID breaker, how many Europeans, how many Americans, how many British have we seen traveling from one country to another, looking to find a greener pastures? They all stays in their country. They didn't, but even in COVID, you still see a lot of us traveling, trying to want to migrate, want to run out of this situation. So it just goes to say that there is lack of leadership in our own continent, the African continent. There's lack of leadership. Until we start putting that right, these people will not take us serious. I think let me stop for now and give the room for my other panelists to
Yes,
contribute.
you stop for that. Let's watch this video together.
Leftist, can you hear me now?
UK to introduce
I can hear you. Just hold
travel
on.
restrictions in the face of the Omicron coronavirus variant. It's joined 10 southern African countries on the UK travel red list, temporarily banning non-nationals or residents from entering Britain. Well, speaking to the BBC, the Nigerian High Commissioner to London said that the restrictions were a form of travel apartheid.
We align ourselves with the position of the UN Secretary General, and he has classified the selective ban as travel apartheid.
You can hear that, traveling apartheid. Some of the world leaders are calling out that it's a traveling apartheid. Like the UN Secretary General also saw that. I think I've got that video. And now the BBC also, they are looking at it from the other direction. When we say traveling apartheid, it means that it is segregation or discrimination on some certain racist ground. They become a racial problem. This another area. They are looking at it like a traveling apartheid. The ban is like traveling apartheid. That is one of the area. Some of these people, yeah, Israel is calling me back. Israel, I don't know what to do. Okay, let me quickly take this. Israel, yes, Israel, we can hear you.
Okay, I just listened to the video you just played. You see what I was saying before. We are always begging, looking for who to do so that we can stick to them and say, yes, this is, you are not telling us, an ambassador, you are telling us that you are sticking to what the United Nations said. It's a disgrace. You are not sticking to them. So you cannot talk without them giving you go ahead first. You cannot stand on your own. Oh man, I was shocked when you just said that. Are you serious? We cannot even stand on our own. Man, we have a long way to go. Seriously, Nigerians, we should start considering ourselves now. We should start thinking we should start thinking on what to do and bringing people that knows what they actually meant to do in that office. And to be honest, it makes me feel like we have nothing to write home about. You want to stick to him because he said that. So if he hadn't come out to say this thing is wrong, you would have just kept quiet. This is my take.
Israel, thank you once more. Now Israel had just make his contribution on this video that our leaders, they take whatever comes in. They have no say of their own. So I think Hakeem, you can call me now. Hello,
can you hear me now?
I can hear you very loud and clear now. You can call me, sir.
Sorry about earlier on. I think I had some device connection wrong.
It's good
like
now.
I was saying before, you see, the problem we have, first of all, we have issue with credibility, and secondly, when situations like this arise, we don't see it as a challenge to do better. We don't see it as a challenge to help ourselves get better, but instead we are complaining. Look, these countries, they have rights to protect their citizens whichever way they want. I might see it as unfair, but it's their country. They'll do whatever they feel like it's right. You might call it segregation or separation, whatever language you want to use. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that these are leaders of nations who want the best for their people. What about our leaders? Are they doing the best by us? Are they doing the best for our people? So since this COVID-19 issue started, how much reform system have gone into our healthcare? How much funds have our government put in place to actually address issues of vaccines? How much are they put in place to use it to create awareness among citizens when it comes to administration of vaccines? All of these things, our government hasn't done enough. They haven't done enough, and now they are complaining. You see, they are the ones that are holding us back. Our leaders are the ones that are holding us back. So situations like this now, ordinary Nigerians are the ones that are going to suffer it the most, both the ones that are vaccinated and the ones that are not vaccinated, because of the irresponsibility of our government. And we as citizens, instead of us to be looking at these people and say, oh, it's unfair, we must start holding our own leaders account. We must start holding them accountable for their irresponsibility when it comes to governance. Because at the end of the day, we have a government in Nigeria. They've been in power now for 6 years plus. Is that not enough for a nation to be able to create a database system, for you to be able to have collection of your citizens when it comes to maybe keeping health records? As we speak right now, we talk about this virus issue. We don't even know the rate, the numbers in terms of percentage of Nigerians that have contacted coronavirus, or the actual numbers of people that have died from coronavirus. And when it comes to vaccination, they don't know the number of people that have been vaccinated. So listen, everybody can cry and cry and cry and cry, but at the end of the day, we are where we are because we have bad leaders. We have the wrong people running our countries. Until those circumstances change, I think we will be encountering situations that we'll be used as the whipping boys. That is what we are now. Whenever anything is happening, first of all, they'll come, ban Nigeria, ban this one, ban that one. So it is what it is. For me, I'm not going to blame the United States government. It is their country. They will do whatever they feel necessary to protect their people. That is it.
You said you are not blaming their decision, that they have the
Not
right.
at all.
They
I'm not
have the
blaming
right
their
to take
decision at
whatever
all.
decision they want to take because it's their country.
It is their country.
But
they have, if they look, these people they have health experts, right? They have informations that they gathered around the world to say, okay, the level of vaccination from this country or the level of resistance when it comes to vaccination from different countries. So they will take all of this information and put them together, and they will, at the end of the day, they will come up and make a decision for the best interest of their own nation. They don't care whether we are crying today. They for their number one responsibility is not Nigeria. Their first responsibility is to keep their own country well and healthy and secure and safe from any intruding virus into their country. So that is their own responsibility. They don't care whether we are crying today or whatever we are doing. They don't care. That is not their problem. What they want to do is to secure their own people. That is their responsibility, and that is what they are doing. So it is up to us to rise up to the challenge as a nation and do better. That is my own submission.
Yes, it is up to us to rise up to the challenge and to the occasion and do better. But this decision they are taking, let me go to leftists. Leftists, this decision they are taking, do you think it will solve the problem of Omicron? Will it stop Omicron from not spreading?
Actually, it will not. But how do you deal with a child that is not responsible? That's the best way to deal with a child that refuses to be responsible. How can a man be respected? A man who wants to hold his family meeting, and will travel to a foreign land to go and hold his family meeting. How would they respect them? Because we have not been proactive in taking decisions, like what Mr. Akin just said. And that's the gospel truth. Do we have good medical system? What do we have here? We don't have anything. So how would they not be downplaying on us? Like what they said at a point, like in Benin, while you convey those that I cannot help those who do not understand Benin right now. You can go and Google this thing I want to say. If you have a piece of plate that you are using, and you start using it to pack refuse, you will not regard the same plate that you are using. No longer have regard for that plate. A stranger will pick it and start using it to pack refuse. That is the situation we have found ourselves as people. So I'm not blaming them because we have refused to put our house together. We have irresponsible leadership. We have irresponsible followership. Those are the problems we have in Africa. If we are able to realize ourselves as people, we'll get there. What also stops Africa, some of the African countries, what stops them from also placing such ban? You have so many issues that are affecting us. So many as people. But we call ourselves giant of Africa. And we the lead giant. We are very big giants. Like what Akim also said, made reference to Kenya, Rwanda, and those are countries who are making progress in Africa. You play big brothers for just lip service. So for me, it's painful that we have been reduced to where we are today because we as citizens have refused to play our part. Rather than taking issues seriously and be proactive, we run to religious houses and be praying for solution of spiritual issues. It's like a man who wants to have a protector, a burglary proof around his house, and you need a concrete, a cement, granite. You have to mix it to have a strong base, and you are using clay to replace cement. That is the way we are attend to issues. Instead of being proactive, we run to religious houses and be praying, and also be singing praises for criminals. We sing praises for criminals, and we are satisfied with little things. The issues are big. It's just too big. We don't even know how to start from it. I think it should be from the part of citizens by holding leaders accountable. I think that is the point we can start getting it through. We should look at what our ambassador is saying, that he flies with what the Secretary General of the UN said. Can't they think as people? Can't they think? Because we also allow people who are free of idea, who are duped to hold such a responsible and respectable position. I think we need to wake up, every one of us, please. We need to wake up. Thank you very much. I'm just annoyed. I'm pissed off with this rubbish, this insult.
You don't need to be annoyed.
we are our own enemy. Okay. We can complain from now to the kingdom. We are our own enemy. We
Yes.
are God blessed people. Our look. You see,
Yes.
we are the originals. We are the original people, but we've been so riddled with bad leaders. It's like when God created us. Yeah, He gave us everything. Just look at our land
Absolutely.
and look at. You cannot write a story like the way Africa is today. Africa is the richest continent that harbors the poorest of peoples on earth. How do you
Yes.
how do you make such story up? It doesn't work because there's nothing we don't have. We have
It doesn't
everything.
match. Yes.
But today we struggle more than any continent on earth. So at the end of the day, what is our problem? What is it that we struggle with? You know. So for me, I think bad leadership is our problem, and most of the time we are our own problem. Because I'll give you a story. There was a man that died in my area here. That man contracted COVID, right? And he was sick at home. They called the ambulance. The ambulance came, and this man refused to go to the hospital with the ambulance, and he died at home.
Wow.
He died at home. So at the end of the day, why did he refuse? Why did he refuse the vaccine? Why did he refuse to go get treatment for COVID? Because he's been told things maybe from the church or from some quarters, you know, that no, this is some, you know, those kind of propagandas. We are our own problem. At the end of the day, when instead of you to go and do what you need to do, then you'll be looking for a way to cut corners. These people, they are aware of all of these things, and at the end of the day, it's not like travel ban is going to stop the spread. It is not about stopping the spread per se. It's about the after effect, which means when people that are not vaccinated or the vulnerable people get contacted, what happens is that they will have to go and take bed space in the hospital. What that means is that those people who then have cancers, who need bed space, then will be denied those bed spaces. That is the main problem. But our leaders, they don't have brains. They don't think that way. And this is what these people are trying to avoid, not to have their hospitals filled up with coronavirus patients, so that they will have room for
to build back on ending disease outbreaks.
Okay. I edited this video before. I don't know why I didn't start from where I wanted to start. We're talking about patriotism. Yes, we are talking about patriotism leading to some of these what we are getting issues.
Yes.
Do we say Africa too, like South Africa, they are not patriotic? Because the main purpose now, yes, because South Africa is one of the developed countries in Nigeria, in Africa. They've been accepted as developed countries in Africa. And I think South Africa have also done their best to be on the line when it comes to COVID-19. They are the one that discovered this variant, this Omicron variant. So why are they being punished?
I think
now we are talking about other, because right now these countries that put this ban, they don't care if you've taken the shot before. They don't want to know if you've taken your shot before. They don't want to care about it. So is it about the low percentage of people that have taken vaccine in Nigeria? I don't think it's because of that. Is it because of the low percentage of people
in the position which we have placed ourselves?
Because we don't have records. We don't have records.
We don't have records, and the position which we have placed ourselves. I think African problem is similar. When you are also talking about South Africa as a nation, although in Africa, South Africa is an advanced nation, a nation you can reckon with. But you still have this issue of divide and conquer the left for us, which we refuse to improve on, which is we still have these tribal issues within ourselves, struggle for power within ourselves, not trying to do the right thing at the right time, struggle unnecessarily. That man shouldn't be there. The man from my tribe ought to be there because the man from my tribe is not there, and this shouldn't work. And those issues are general African problem, which have been dragging us. Like I keep on emphasizing on this program, the three enemies of man, which we need to get rid of, is tribal buggery, religious issues, and partisan politics. Those are the things that have been dragging us forward. because this issue which we are suffering today has been handed over by us, handed to us by the colonial master. The divide and rule, the divide and rule and conquer system of government that making us to have boundary within ourselves. We have been able to hate ourselves more than any other race in the world. Africans is the only race in the world who is ashamed of his culture or and of his person, of his continent. So those orientations need to change. I think we have a lot of work to do. We that is aware, everyone, Mr. Akin, Mr. Itoya, the other man, Sydney also. We have a lot of job to do from our home, from our children, the children which we are raising now. We're going to have more value, teach them the African value, teach them the African way of, give them the African literature to study, rather than reading of a man who came to steal from my place like Mungo Park. You are telling me that Mungo Park discovered River Niger. There's no locals there, and those criminal and an habitual knowledge they be giving to us that we'll be learning, we should take them off and begin to build a new concept for the upcoming generation. I think these issues is for everybody. We are like a man who is standing before the mirror. Who is the man that needed the change? Is the man that is facing the mirror. Every one of us need that change, and we have to work out for it. Like what Marcus Garvey said, that we are sorry for mental slavery, and nobody alone that can do that for us. We alone can change our orientation and our thinking. How do we do that? Is to communicate it to our young generation and those that are coming, and every one of us should be part of those 10. I don't want to belong to the group who complain so much. I've also heard my voice in this issue. I'm going to heard my voice in this issue. Every one of us should continue to condemn this issue. I think that is for me. That is some of the way we can get rid of those leaders. And orientation. Our people need orientation. Our people have more interest in watching Mayu than the issue that is affecting them at home. It's as bad as that. So we need more orientation, more education for our people. That's the way we can grow. It's just knowledge based.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the thing is this, yeah. It's not like we don't know or we don't have the knowledge, to be honest with you, because I think if you ask me, I think we Africans, we are the most knowledgeable people, or the most, let me use the word, intelligent people on earth.
I agree.
That's true. But over the years, we have been made to behave in the way we are today because we of the bad leadership. The resources or facilities that are supposed to be put in place to improve our mindset, those resources have not been used the way they should be used, and leaders have taken advantage of citizens not taking responsibility, or not being holding their leaders accountable. They've used that. They've taken advantage of situations like that to kind of create a system whereby our citizens are not even they're not even sure of themselves anymore. Let me put it that way. They're not sure of themselves anymore.
Lost confidence in themselves.
Yeah, then that doesn't, the confidence is no longer there, because at the end of the day, if they don't give you light, you buy generator. If you don't have water, if they don't give you water, you dig your own borehole. But you forget that these are not things that you're supposed to do. You understand? These are not things that you're supposed to do. So that, for me, it's still down to us anyway. It's still up to us. Our leaders, we need to start holding them accountable, and until we start doing that, it's still going to be a challenge for us. It's going to be difficult for us. That's my own submission.
Mr. Troya, let me also add to what my brother just said. I think there's another factor, and it's a very big one. The class thing. We are in a class society. Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you too.
To me, the way they see us as Africans, most of us think like Africans are not intelligent. The most intelligent people in this world is Africans. Honestly,
Hello?
if you look at it, Africans are the most blessed people on earth. We have all the mineral resources. Everything that you want to talk about, God bless that continent with it. But the fact is, we have one hatred, and that is what they put inside us. Greed. Greed. Selfishness. That is what is worrying the Africans. I want my brother to go and do this thing so that we can reach ourselves. We want to keep that wealth into ourselves. We don't want to share it. That is why in economics we state areas of specialization. Anyone that is specialized in something, give them that time to go and execute it. They will never give you. It is also in saying that Nigeria that you will see somebody who led business. They will tell him to go and be the Minister of Agriculture. Tell me how you want to understand that. Somebody who read accounting, they will go and give him something like Minister of Transport. I don't understand. This is the problem. And even if this person is even if he didn't even go to school, they even gave him the thing that he wants. Instead of him to tell them that I can't do this thing, he will still go and look for somebody who does not even put somebody to like him and put him there again. Are we not going back to the same borrow pit? This is the way Africans took there. God bless them. So they didn't know how to manage their way, the wealth that was given to them. So that was how it ended up like this. So these people saw the advantage and they started praying on it. They have been praying on it for decades. And still, nobody has been able to tell them enough is enough. And we are still harming ourselves with the same orientation. Now, my brother, now we don't know now. All this nonsense, it will not help us. Because this is going to be getting us into this thing. And that is why we are saying ourselves. Because I said it one time when this Nigeria was like, see, all this problem that these people are causing, it is the youth that will face the consequences. So are we not facing the consequences now? Imagine those people that are doing business back and forth now. They have been hit so hard. They are going to suffer the loss. So it's high time we go back to our drawing board. We're begging Nigerians. Most especially Africans, you are not, don't see yourself as enemies. You are brothers, your sisters. All these people are using your head. They are using your head. They don't want you to see a better tomorrow. That is why they are drawing you back. They are drawing you back. Everybody will go to the church and start praying, hey, hallelujah. But listen to you, all these countries that we are running into, how many of them have you seen doing only devotion? Yet we sing and pray and pray and pray, yet our problem is still the same. Then you know that something is not right. My brother, this is how we live it to live. It's very painful because each time and men are boiling the way we are being used like pencil.
Well, you are almost aligned with my leftist that is saying that religion has taken over the mind of the ordinary African. And of course, you cannot differentiate religion from politics, and you cannot differentiate religion from science. They are all interwoven, but it now depends on the one we are picking. And it seems that the African man, the ordinary African man, because of what the mentality that he has been sold to, we now picked religion. We now head on to religion. Just like Hakim said, somebody was sick and he was supposed to be taken to hospital. He didn't want to go to hospital because probably he thinks he has prayed. But the same Bible, I think, is wrong. Religion didn't tell us not to do what we need to do. Religion also told us, so first of all, we must take care of ourselves. That's why we have all these things around us. We cannot stop illness. Religion didn't tell you if you are sick, just pray and you will be healed. That's miracle. Religion did not tell you. If your faith did not also tell you not to take drugs, because that's what God created all these things for us. But sometimes we misunderstood ourselves. I want to believe it. Magic. Does magic rule the world? No, magic does not rule the world. I know so far so well that most of our churches, most of our Muslim brothers, most of our pagan brothers, and whatever, many people have taken it too personal. Yes, taking it personal, but not driving along with the global development. Religion has really done a lot. Judging from what my brother left is, you always say this: church, religion. Yes, I will understand that point. It is not their fault. I can still say it is not their fault. Take for example, civilized country. They don't wait for pastor because the government has put things right for them. They are not looking for miracle. Their miracle is their government. When you are not hungry, when you are sick, you can afford, you can access quality health care. The same quality health care that your Buhari will travel to from his country and access. The common man in that country access the same facility, the same machines, the same everything, the same. The common man, even the madman is more respected there. The madman has a doctor. The madman is followed. That's why I don't see naked people on the street. You can see junkies, but real mad persons, they have rights.
Listen, they are dog, they are animals. They respect their animals, their pets.
Bros, you want to tell me the animals? You have animal ambulance. If your pet, your dog is sick, you call an ambulance. The ambulance this ambulance is not for human being. It's just for dog and cats.
They value their animals, their pets. They value them. Okay, let alone human being. Listen,
you want to tell me that these people don't have God? God it's not God that created them.
My brother,
when the government is working, you see, we really need to blame our leaders. They are the problem. Our leaders are part of us.
Followership is a factor. Followership is a factor.
My brother,
excuse me. Let me observe you, yes, sir.
Hold on.
Let me observe you, yes, sir.
Can you wait a minute? We'll be talking. Mr. Wilfred, are you here with us?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just waiting for me to come in.
If you have anything to say, please, you can go on if you are ready.
Yeah, jump into the conversation.
Okay. Okay. I thought we were just taking it one after the other. Yes. I mean, we are all of us. We are all on the same page. We all share the same sentiment about leadership. For me, at this very moment, we are focusing on this issue of the ban restriction, meted towards we Nigerians. So we are trying to say the leaders, they didn't do their part, because what we've been saying. Normally, where are we supposed to even be traveling when there's a pandemic? That's a question. Are we supposed to be traveling as a people if our hearts were actually being put in the right, perspective? Are we supposed to be traveling? Now that is to show these people, these Westerners, they already know that our country is a failed nation. So they are just trying to show us over and over again that you guys need to go and work on your country, on your economy, on your infrastructure, on your health, sector. Because all this, they are doing all this over and over and over again to keep telling us that we are not doing.
Mr. Wilfred, let me quickly ask you one question, because you said, are we supposed to be traveling when we have pandemic?
Yeah.
Movement, pandemic does not really stop movement.
I know. What I'm saying, why I ask that question?
Very important. When you have maybe you live in UK or you live in Canada, and you have important things to do in any other country. For example, you want to travel to Nigeria. Doesn't mean because there is this generally accepted Omicron, generally accepted COVID that we all know we're going to live with now.
Yeah.
Because of that, we will not do what we need to do. Okay. We are looking at the measures of pointing some certain countries, because you have the right to travel. It is not an illegal. It is not an illegal trip. We are looking at why picking on certain countries. Would that be a solution? Because according to what they just said, they said they are using it to buy time. They want to use it to buy time. That
was what Cyril Ramaphosa said.
Buy their time. Why buy? Is it those countries like South Africa that didn't invent Omicron? They only just saw the variant that you are using to buy time. Is it country like Nigeria that didn't invent COVID-19 that you are using to buy time? Is it so? We are looking at the factors surrounding why are we using these innocent countries? I'll use the word innocent country. Then China invented, according to history, COVID-19 started from China. They are not buying China. China is living well.
Okay.
So we are
Now,
looking at the factors, just like my brothers have said, that it has to do, it boiled down to the way they see us, our leadership, our system.
You see, that's exactly what I've been saying. I mean, where I've been trying to draw my thought from, because like I said, we are on the same page. So we are focusing on the measure that why did they take us like this? You just mentioned China. China, where this thing, started from. We all know that by now, China, they've been able to manage to put their house in place at this very moment. So we, the Africans, have we what, like Aking said about what happened during the COVID? How did the government help the ordinary people in other countries? How did they help their ordinary citizens to ensure that at least they can manage their country at that particular time? So that brought the question of, when I ask, were we supposed to be traveling? Normally, there's no restriction of movement, but we understand that these virus, is human that transfer this virus now, the way it is now. So if we agree that travel should not be restricted, nobody should be restricted from traveling, but there is the word, observation on how we can contain, we can lessen the spread of this virus. So if a country as Nigeria was working, I don't think it is the best time to be engaging in travelings that are not really solutions to the problem we have. Okay, we are all here in this platform today, right now. You are in, I don't know the country you're talking from. I'm chatting from US. Leftist, I'm also from Benin. Akim is from, I think it's January or so. So imagine we're able to gather here, trying to have an engagement that can lead to a solution to the problem we are having today. And you want to tell me, since this started, we've not been living our lives? We've been living our lives. It's even opened our eyes more to how we can have a proper sanitary lifestyle that can avoid we having all these little viruses. Like some time back in the days, people just go to toilet. They don't know that you have to wash your hands. COVID now has opened the eye of most of us in Africa that if you go to toilet, you must wash your hand. Even in some food industry, people will just use the bathroom. They will come and they don't even know that they will have to wash their hand or sanitize their hand. So those are things that are on sanity within our environment. So these are the things COVID has actually exposed us to know. So which is fine. And now, aspect of the traveling, our country has been so decayed that everybody are looking for all avenue to run out of the country. Even in COVID, it's just like the country is sick. COVID it has brought us to our knee. The country is very sick. As a sick person, you are sick. Were you supposed to be traveling? You were supposed to be, normally you were supposed to be in an hospital, being treated by a doctor, right? You are not supposed to be moving around. You will stay in that place, allow the doctor to treat you. So at this very moment, the country is, the global village is sick, and they are looking for solution. And there's, okay, everybody, we are undergoing treatment. The treatment we are undergoing, the world scientists are telling us this is how we can heal from this sickness. We should limit the excess of our traveling, of our movement. Then you still see some people from Africa, most of the people are still looking for visa to just run out of the country, just to go and find a better life. Those that are even traveling for important purposes, we now have a media where they can conduct themselves, organize themselves, still run their businesses. after since this COVID, we've seen cases whereby people now work from home. So that is to tell you that the world is trying to find a solution. By so doing, let's first create an atmosphere where we can still be engaging, doing things we usually do before, whereby we don't have to be moving around. So because our own country, continent, the Africa continent, have not been able to establish a concrete solution to give us a comfort in where we are in Africa. So normally, this ban sanction or whatever the Westerners have just placed on us, well, we're not supposed to be. I wish they see us as a serious people, because they are trying to protect their own territory. Okay, they have the brains, they have the technology to control these things, to make life easy for their people. Even
Now,
when
let me meet you up, Wilfred. Wilfred, yes, you've said something very recommendable. You made mention of most of us in Africa does not know what it means to do sanitary. But I want to tell you, when I was it was right from primary school that I knew that when you go to toilet, when you come out, you wash your hand. For those that went to school, during our time, sanitary and sanitation, we know all this from home economics. They teach you how to do a lot of things and how to keep yourself under health, one subject, something health. We as Africa knows this. Even an ordinary African man does not like death. If you grow up, for those that grow up in the villages, even in town, you see every African man wants his surrounding very clean. If you must, let me first of all correct that impression, so that you don't give the impression that we Africa are dirty people.
I'm not.
We don't. No, I just want to quickly correct you, because me, I know from when I was small, I know the don'ts and don'ts. When it comes to health, you must wash your hands, things you must do. But you will say that COVID exposed our government, not the people. COVID exposed our government, because the people on their own, have them been sick. Africans know what is health. They know what health is all about. I grew up in Benin City. Our food, when it is the following day, we throw it away. Some we don't even want. But here in abroad, you see that they put them in the fridge. They still eat it cold.
Yes,
which to us, they told us it is not good for our stomach.
But I tell you, let me tell you, you are talking of your era. We are talking of this modern.
I'm just coming to you. I want to quickly correct you on the movement.
Okay.
It is not the people. Hold on. I just want to. I'm trying to meet you up. I quickly want to meet you up so that you will know what we are talking about. Movement. There are a lot of responsible Nigerians that have businesses other places. And there are responsible Nigerians that live in UK, US, and everywhere. They also have businesses in Nigeria or South Africa that need to travel to such places. It's not about leaving your country for a greener pasture. Nobody wants to leave his country for a greener pasture. If the country, from the way you are talking, is good, we know that. But do you know many Nigerians are very hardworking and very responsible? Nigerian youth is the kind of people I see that they won't do anything because they want to survive. They don't wait for government. And because the failure of government, that's why you see some going into so many ways, because they want to live. They want to survive. And it's normal for every human being to want to survive. So I just want to correct that aspect of sanitation and people leaving Nigeria. They are not talking of new visas now. They are talking of citizens. People that have their citizenship.
Yeah.
So my problem here, sir, this is an advanced world. Scientifically advanced. Why are you now putting these people? You say you want to buy time with them at their own expense, like that of the UK. I tell you, £1,700 will come out from your own pocket. You must have done tests in your country, maybe Nigeria or South Africa, wherever you are coming from, this bad list, this red list. You will come and see do their own tests from your own pocket. It's not free.
Okay.
Apart from that, you will still be paid to go to a hotel where you pay £1,700 for 10 days. You're going to be there, and you are not allowed to eat whatever you want. They are giving you processed food. Is that not apartheid?
See, brother lefties, sorry, I still would want to quickly say about the sanitation issue. We are kind of old school. I mean, I believe we are above. No one is under 20s yet, so I mean, we are in a very tense situation in that country. A situation whereby in a country whereby they don't no longer teach history. It's removed from the curriculum. Okay, that alone is a big problem. So the lessons we are talking about was taught during our time.
Okay, Wilfred, you have one caller. Please, let's take this caller. Israel again. You want to say something? Why is it that it's only Israel that is calling? Israel, okay. Do your contribution.
I just feel like it's painful. And you know one thing, I was listening to you when you said about they will give you what you give you what they think is better for you. Hey, yes, and beggar has no choice. Because if you were doing it right in our own country or in our own continent, all these things will be a thing of the past. It becomes like a tit for tat game. But we don't know. And our people, let me just tell you one thing. And our people, I will still stick our people because this thing we're debating it today. Our people, we are not helping matters. Some of us here that are watching us here, they are still there. The golden ones will still go and be watching some of these people platform singing hallelujah. Hiding on that discourse and saying we are helping, we are trying to help the people that are suffering. You are not here now fighting for the Nigerians or fighting for Africans that are stranded. If the information from Lagos right now is our people are stranded, it's painful. Stranded, they have no hope. Hallelujah. For these people to bring back to this same problem that they will never learn. I say this is the time for us to change this thing. Let us now work with people on ground so that we change this system, so that this system can be put in place. No, the whole of Africa, we should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be ashamed of us. Well, I myself, I should be ashamed of it because we have nothing to now show to our people that this is what we have been doing. Some of us that are living in Europe today, in America, in Asia, or everything, we are enjoying the dividends of democracy that other people fought for, other people suffered for. And yet you still have this, our gullible people who come on the internet and start shouting, talking nonsense when they don't even know what the system was. If you ask them to spell a system or spell democracy, they cannot even spell it. They'll be talking nonsense on their platform. They don't even know how to educate our people on what to do. This is the problem. Our people go and learn, go and learn. It is free. Go and see what is happening in Lagos. I think our people are stranded. Stranded. Pains. And we are still talking about if this thing is done, if this one is done. Because if we are like a beggar. Anything we finish, what is remain is what they give back to us. That is why you see us. We are still depending. Africa at this time, 2021, we are still depending on aid. We are depending on it. Why we not going to come for us? We will reach out like that. That's why they are going to be giving us peanuts. They are going to be giving us peanuts because we don't know what we are. Yeah, some of us came here, we don't even know what we came here. We didn't even learn. You learn something to kind of develop where you come from. No. Go and see all of them. But if you start along, you're so happy. Hey, don't cut out. Hey, this one, that one, our leader. See now. See, the problem we are suffering now, they are all crying. Don't blame them. As I think, don't blame the Europeans. Don't blame anybody who is imposing restrictions. Because it's their right. Just as Akim said, they are going to protect their citizens from harm. So they will do everything they can to protect it. So anything you are seeing now, blame yourself. Let us blame ourselves because we caused it, because we have not done our job. And as Italians we say, Via lavorare. Go and work on yourself. Go and work on yourself. That is the thing. Brothers, I'm pissed off.
You don't need to be pissed. You don't need to be pissed off. Talking about
Mr. Brother, can I quickly finish on my thought, please, if you don't?
Okay. Wilfred, go ahead.
You see, like Alex, Israel just said, we as a country, as for me, I think these Westerners, they've never been taking us serious. That's the fact. They've always looked down on us. They don't believe in our system. They don't believe in our institution. They only believe in our resources. Right now, they were supposed to house us right now to give us a safe landing. Just as, let's assume this is a war. Would they have stopped us from coming in? So if you see what is happening, they know what they're doing. That is why when in Nigeria, a professor that graduated from any schools in any institution in Nigeria will come to the US, he cannot use that his degree to start teaching. He will have to undergo an extra training, extra course. So your qualification you bring most times to Europe, it doesn't work. They don't accept it. So it's just the same way they are telling you coming now, they don't accept you coming now. Stay back, fix or if you will come, these are the procedure that you must follow to come to their country. So it boils down to our own system, how our system has been polluted. It's just the simple fact. So the African leaders should be learning from all this. That is what they should be learning from. Cyril Ramaphosa, he make a very nice and impressive statement, but will the Westerners say no? They can't. They will tell you, you know what, that you are just saying yours. We've taken our stand. You can't come to dictate for us how we should run our own, a government or whatever they want to say. So for us, let us focus back home. Let's focus on how we can challenge our government to do the right thing, to put measures in place that can save us. Like you were talking about, if people are traveling, like we said, you can still run some of your business online, okay, while we're waiting for everything to calm down. So because this environment here in Africa is not encouraging, it's not conducive, it's not comfortable. People always want to be in that environment that is comfortable for them to run whatever business they want to run. So we should focus more on how our leaders should be held accountable for this mess that we all are going through today. Thank you.
Yes. Before I continue, let us watch this video. I don't know if I'm in the right place because I lost it before.
And pandemics seriously affect our environment and most especially our culture. No matter what plans we formulate to respond to pandemics and disasters, we will surely fail if we do not seriously address the issue of culture and environment. As I said earlier on, global health security is just as individuals make the nation and the nations make the world, so also global health security must be built on the foundation of our national health security. And our national health security must be laid on the foundation of the individual and personal health security. COVID-19 is not the enemy. Lassa fever is of minor league. Yellow fever is yellow-livered. Monkeypox is child's play. Cholera is a dehydrator. Our underdevelopment and backwardness rest on 4 pillars. They are the real enemies of our nation. And they are the one, lack of patriotism.
Yeah, we talk of lack of patriotism. Just as we are saying, this is a virology. Professor Tomiri, yes, Tomiri, I'm correct. Talking about lack of, this man cried. If I have to play this video forward, he cried while he's giving this speech. He cried. Because why did he cry? He's not crying because of the COVID-19 Omicron variant. This is the 4th variant so far. He is crying because of what we just talked about. Lack of patriotism from our leaders. I don't have the right to play the full message, but let me just allow it to go for maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
The destroyer of our nation. 2, self-interest, the burial ground of our national interest. 3, corruption, the executor of our orderly development. And 4, shamelessness, the destruction of our national pride. Over the last 60 years, these diseases, all affecting our culture, have become the combined endemic demolisher of the foundation of the individual health security, which are shaking the foundation of our national health security and in turn determine our irrelevance as a nation in contributing meaningfully to global health security. Mr. President, sir, and distinguished people who are here, anytime I think of Nigeria, I have Nigeria on my mind.
I caught it there. From that portion, that man cried, he shed tears. So basically, from what we are talking about, we are now saying that from what we are experiencing, putting Nigeria on the list is part of leadership failure. Yes, basically, part of leadership failure, just like my brother Akin said, we have no database to show to the world how far we've gone. So probably that is one of the causes that is making them to feel that we are not healthy enough. Now, secondly, yes, because they just said they discovered 1 or 2 Nigerians with Omicron variants, yes, of the COVID-19. And moreover, don't forget, this is the 4th variant. It's not the first, not the second. This is the 4th. I think we're still going to have 5th, 4th, 6th, 7th, because this is a virus that have come to stay. It's a virus that will continue to mutate. And my worry was why some of us are making some of us spend through our nose for traveling. We are not the cause of COVID-19. I would have suggested that we already know that COVID-19 is already whatever variants we are having. We should also continue to follow it. We will be managing COVID-19 generally. Safe distance, face masks for those that have taken their jab. Now, the jab is not very important no more. They don't care if you've taken the jab. So why would I want to take the jab? They don't care. You don't, even if I've done the test there, they still have to put me on the watch list at my own expense. It's my problem. Because this is a developed country. They have all the technology. So it's a pity that we have gone low like this, because I want us to be running up. It's not of essence. We've taken 140 minutes, and I didn't want to spend too long time today because it's not my actual day of discourse. Nobody saw it. It's the thing that just came up, and I just felt I should talk about it. It's like my leftist, I must have something to say. Go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. We have real leadership problems, but I just want to quote Obama here. He said, anywhere in the world, the government is not willing to please the people until the people force them to do. We are people who are wicked, who are greedy, who has created class. You know the effect of class society. Nigeria is a real class society. We are in a society like in my state. I think you were still around at that point when we protested over the central hospital issue. The central hospital, the new those central hospital, especially hospital, that was built with taxpayer money. They can't afford it. It becomes a class thing. It's for the very rich, for the class. And for those who are poor, whose money we are used for such facility, we are still left with the old structure without any facility. So it's a very class issue. And in my own context, it's still the people. People must begin to demand and demand for their rights. Because when you start demanding, the government must respond. Because Nigeria as a nation, as I know, is sitting on the keg of gunpowder. That's for that. For the Europeans, they have right to whatever they want to do. My brother, if you sit down for Joko, if you are not needed in that Joko, there's a way the person will be adjusting his or herself. You know that you are no longer needed. They have told us we should go and put our house in order. They are part of our problem. History have also shown that. But we should be bold to take decision and say this is the way we should be governed. Until we are bold enough to do that, we are not going to make headway. Because those people, the so-called misleaders, will call leaders, are these same people who do not still believe in the system. Their families are over there, they stay over there. So they don't believe in the system. They take us as, I don't know how to put it, but I think we need to wake up. Need to wake up and rise up to our own.
I just quickly come in here. You see, the same people who are talking about patriotism, yeah. But if you look at their actions, yeah, these are the same people when they have opportunity to government in our country. What they do is they take the resources and they bring it and invest it here in the Western world. So you think these people, they are not blind? They can see all of these things. So they know that for you, you are a civil servant and you are coming to their country, you are affording things that even them can't afford. So they know that you are taking away from your people, and they understand that the system there has been rigged against the people, but they have no choice but to create a blanket policies, a blanket policy, let me say, that kind of affect everybody. If this, I'm going to be honest with you, if it's easy, if it was possible for them to have a selective policy to say, okay, Nigerians, if you earn up to so and so amount, you can come, or Nigerians, if you don't, you see, they would have done it. But they know that they can't do that, so they have to create a blanket policy for everybody. But for me, I'm still going to say, I don't blame them. I blame our own leaders. People, if our own president want to do a checkup, they come to London for a checkup. All our politicians, they want to do checkup, they want to do any medical, they want to go for medical treatment, they come to the Western world for medical treatment. So so in a situation like this, when they now ban your country, in terms of when it comes to health issues, so you're telling them is not fair. When you already told them from your own actions, by your own action, you've told them already that your own healthcare system is not good enough to look after you. So that was your own action. That was you telling them that, listen, my system here is not good enough, so I'm going to come use your own. Then the same people you are not telling them that, oh, it's not fair that they are banning your country. Come on, you have to, first of all, they say charity begins at home. You have to lead by example. You have to show that, listen, we can survive. Do you know how many Nigerians elite that actually died during coronavirus because they could not travel out of the country for treatment? A lot of them died. That former governor of Oyo State, Ajimobi, was one of them. The chief of staff to the president, it was one of them. They could not. They couldn't leave the country, and that is when we were exposed as people. Like they say, breeze blow, foul nyash open. That was what happened to us. That was what happened to us, my brother. We were exposed.
Breeze blow, foul nyash open. We should be.
Yeah, breeze blow, foul nyash open. We were exposed. You know, those people, they couldn't go anywhere. That was, if they could travel, they would have still be alive today. They would have still be alive today because they've amassed so much resources to take care of themselves. But that period, you could not go to anybody's country for treatment. Everybody was on lockdown. So what are you not saying today? Has anything changed since last year or last 2 years? Has anything changed? Have you ever heard that we are going a drastic healthcare reform based on because of coronavirus? No, we haven't done nothing.
Let's I think we're going to be drawing the curtain here. If we continue to stop. If we continue today, we'll stop. Abos, you just spoke before. Abos, you spoke before I came. It's only Wilfred. If Wilfred have something to say before. Wilfred, do you have anything to add?
Well, we've all, you guys have said my mind. Like we all know, we're gonna continue putting pressure on the government. We should let them know they should start learning from what their Western counterpart is doing to them. They should be learning from that and start fixing their house. They should learn from that, you know. That's
Okay. They should learn from that. Before I go, let me recognize who come by from the comment section. Who again? Catfish Farm. Efrita, I see you. Everyone, yes, and you everywhere before. Irene Paul, I see you. Johnson Emmanuel, I see you. Who again? Rita Adams, I see you. Who again? Agnes, yes, I see you. Doris Odion, I see you. Merrick Imade, I see you. And with that, I think we'll be drawing the curtain. Till we see again, I think it's going to be bye-bye. I want to thank everybody here, the viewers, and for finding time to come into this program. It was urgent for me to do, and I just came in. So, see you next time. It's going to be bye-bye for me.
all right.
It's a rat race.
Bye bye, everybody.